Okay, this is my old frame um, before it broke, and so I decided to put it up on the wall because I just didn't want to throw it in the garbage, and we've had a lot of good memories together and good rides together. This is one where I did the triple bypass, and that's the bike. That's this bike here. So I decided to write all the adventures actually on the frame, which is kind of a really cool idea. It was Sheila's idea. Starts off with when I picked up the bike. I guess it's birthday, if you will, May 9th, 2011. And I had a lot of epic adventures on this bike. Had a lot of good times. Mission tour in San Antonio. Went and visited all the missions. That was neat. That was about a 20-mile ride visiting all those. Trained in Paladero Canyon quite a bit. That was a great place to ride, just east of Canyon. And also in that same canyon, did 24 hours in the canyon, a charity ride for cancer, which was a lot of fun. I took the bike out to Fort Davis Mountains and saw the McDonald's Observatory in Fort Davis. I did a lot of riding in White Deer, Texas, is where I live now. Also, where I used to live in Dimmitt, a lot of rides there. And in Memphis, Texas, did a lot of rides out that way too. When I was down in San Antonio area, I did the River Road, which is the Guadalupe River, and that's where all the rafters and everything else, the road that goes up south of the Canyon Lake. The Hotter Than Hell 100 in Wichita Falls. Boy, that's a tough ride right there. A lot of cyclists though. That was crazy. 10,000 cyclists. Kind of neat, but kind of a miserable ride too. One of the most epic organized rides I've ever ridden is the Triple Bypass, and that's in Colorado. It's over 3 mountain passes: Juniper, Levelland, and Vail Pass. It's 120 miles with over 10,000 feet of elevation gain. That was a tough ride, but a great one. Twain, my friend Twain rode that one with me. Another ride I love is the Cloudcroft from Alamogordo, New Mexico to the top of Cloudcroft, New Mexico. On one particular occasion, I like to ride down when I head back to Texas, and you head down this road called Sagebrush Valley Road. I told Sheila come pick me up on the way back as we go to Roswell, and anyway, I guess she didn't know where the turn was, and it took a long time for her to catch up with me. I thought I was going to have to ride all the way to Roswell. Eventually she did catch up with me, but I gave her a hard time about leaving me out in the desert for dead. So it's rather funny. In Colorado, did Pikes Peak. That was epic ride. Wow, that's a brute too. That's a tough ride. Mount Evans, and that's also in Colorado. Highest paved road in the continental United States. Do a lot of riding. Most of my miles on this bike was done on US 60. One of my favorite organized rides is the MS 150. I did the Amarillo to Canadian route on my old bike, the one before this, but I did manage to do 2 years of that ride from 2012 and 2013. They changed the route in 2014, which basically went from the Paladero Canyon all the way to the rim-to-rim area on 207 into the canyon. One of my favorite places, but that was last year I did the MS ride, and a lot of other people too, because it wasn't really a fun ride. It's kind of like riding in your backyard. And I went ahead and signed up in 2021 for the Midland to La Mesa ride. That was a lot of fun too. It took a while. I mean, that was 7 years before I rode a MS ride again. That was much fun. One of my favorite rides is Cap Rock Climb. It goes all the way around the Cap Rock Canyons State Park. And my absolute favorite place to ride is on Highway 207, or whatever that Texas Plains Highway, Paladero Canyon. And this is where I broke the frame. I was climbing out of the canyon. And you can see by the other one, minus the nail, what that looks like. Another epic ride that I've done with this ride, one of the ones that I remember probably for the rest of my life, is Route 66. I rode from Amarillo to Joplin, Missouri. That's about a 10 or 15 day ride. Sheila followed me all the way until almost Oklahoma City. One of the neatest places on Route 66, I think, is in Latusa, Oklahoma, where they had the whale. And on the way to there, going through Oklahoma, there is a McDonald's that crosses over the toll road. And anyway, I was trying to get a picture of that in Veneta, Oklahoma, and that's when the wind blew my bike against the concrete bridge, and that's where I had my first scratch on this bike, and it pretty much tore up this whole area of the bike. So interesting on that one. And some of the states that I've been on: Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Indiana, and New Mexico, all on this bike. And then this way here, I have all of the Colorado mountain passes that I've done on this bike: Iceberg, Fall River. You can see all of these. I've done others with the old bike, but not with this one. But that's a lot of mountain passes in Colorado on this particular frame. So lots and lots of good times on this frame and this bike. And so I decided to, I guess, buy another one just like it, and we're gonna have many more adventures to come after that. So thank you guys for watching.